ABC, cheers. Hope everyone had a great weekend. I went out and did some record digging yesterday, so I had a pretty good weekend. It was enjoyable. And anyway, so getting into this, starting off today, I want to answer a couple of VC threads. This first one I'm going to do here is for RobertZ. He sort of started a thread and then he's added on to it recently, so I want to go ahead and put my 2 cents in on these topics and just go ahead and respond and say, hey. So his first question was, what songs that are great that you don't really care to ever hear again in your life? So this is an interesting topic. I don't know if we've visited this before or not. But anyway, I just wanted to go ahead and respond. I pulled one CD here because this song is something that immediately comes to mind when I hear that question. And there's probably some more CDs I have that I could use to answer this question, but this is the one that came automatically to mind. But it's off the Metallica self-titled album, and it's the first track, Enter Sandman. I don't really care to ever hear that again. If I ever when I do actually play this, which is rare, I skip the first track because I can't listen to Enter Sandman at all. The local rock radio, they would have this thing called mandatory Metallica, where they would play throughout the day. They would play two Metallica tracks back to back, and without fail, one of the tracks would be Enter Sandman. It's like, it's ridiculous that they would keep playing that one song over and over again. So I don't really care to ever hear that song again. It drives me nuts. Another one, probably the greatest selling album of all time, and one that comes, a song off of here that comes on that people just still love to this day, that just makes me groan every time it comes on. I just go, not again. And it is Thriller by Michael Jackson. And people love this, and especially around Halloween, it comes on and people go crazy, and I'm just, it drives me nuts. But yeah, I don't want to hear Thriller at all. And a lot of the tracks on here actually are pretty much worn out for me. I just can't hear them. It's just overplayed. It was a great album, and I loved it. I loved it in the 80s when it was new, but now I can't stand to hear it. Another one that the local radio station ruined for me is Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon. I know this is a popular album, probably the most loved Pink Floyd album of all time, one of the most loved albums in general of all time, but if I don't ever hear Money or Time again in my life, I'll be happy. I can't stand to hear those songs. It drives me crazy. They played to death, and it's just, I can't hear those. And the last thing here is Hotel California by the Eagles. It's like I said, it makes me groan every time I hear the opening to one of these songs. And Hotel California, do I have to suffer through this? So yeah, those are the things that came to mind immediately when I thought of that question. Things that just groaners you just don't really want to hear ever again. And your next question was, if you could change the decade you came to age in, sort of when you were 17, 18, sort of right when you became an adult, I guess legally, what decade would you like to be in? I guess most people are kind of going backwards, and for me, overall, I think I would prefer to have been a teenager now. I really like where music, especially indie music, or whatever you want to call it, alternative music. I really like the way, I really like how music is right now. I'm just really enjoying the way things are, and then with with the addition that I've always been sort of into gadgets and electronic things and whatnot, and just the amount of stuff that's available now, it's just so incredibly amazing compared to what was available when I was a teenager in the in the early '90s. Um, just wasn't There wasn't much out there. There wasn't, I couldn't carry a phone in my pocket that could do amazing, incredible things. Um, and there was a lot of times I would try to bring different gadgets and electronic things to school, and I would always get in trouble for it because it'd be taken as a distraction or a toy of some kind. So it caused me a lot of problems, but I think nowadays it would be a lot more acceptable for a kid to have a piece of electronic gadgetry in school with them. I know a lot of kids today have cell phones and iPhones and iPods and stuff like that, and that's all basically the same kind of stuff I got in trouble with when I was that age. But it was it was Walkmans and little portable video games, and I would really love if I could change things to be a teenager nowadays. Just why not? So that was my answer to your questions, Robert. Thanks for posing two really interesting questions. I really enjoyed answering those, and I hope everyone's doing well and have a great week. See you soon. Cheers.